I uploaded a new video last night, and it got blocked, and etc. etc. Copyright stuff blocked. Not like you can't make money off this stuff or anything, etc. It's blocked. And part of the thing I was doing, I was watching like you probably would have seen them like Christian videos or whatever it is, and the video I uploaded last night was I was just watching some of the Passion of the Christ. And it's you got blocked. So, but YouTube gives you the option to trim it out for you, and that's what I did. So it's still editing, and it's taking too much of the day up. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. But which reminds me, as my Christian rituals, I have been thinking about God and Christ and stuff. But I need to work on that, if that makes sense. So I've done it. I'm thinking about it, trying to pull myself together. Not getting carried, just hitting it up, pacing myself, all that sort of stuff. So not where I would like to, but thinking about it. So I'm gonna go to check out some of the shops and like look for new shoes and a couple of shirts, just to see what's out there. Because I got to buy different shoes, just because for the sake of it. Park down here for a bit. I got my wallet with me. Oh, spray some deodorant just in case I run into someone. Oh, that was a little bit enough. The car is locked. They'd be like, finally, I've done some clothes shopping on my own, first time in ages. So I just got a pair of shoes I can just help wear around. Nothing special. It's going to give me height, which is good, I guess. So, because these pair of shoes that I've got, these ones, I've been wearing them all the time, so I just got to kind of space them out a bit. And just to show that I can kind of wear it during the day, nothing special. I did try that singlet on, it's too small. I don't know if I've lost weight or whatever, but who knows. The point of that was just mainly because sometimes it feels like I just don't have the clothes that I want. And I shouldn't be relying on just, I don't know, I'm not in the habit of just doing it myself. So I normally get clothes somewhere so that wears down. So since I'm not getting any more tattoos for a bit, I just thought I got the money to kind of go off and do other stuff with them. So I just thought getting new shoes, spreading the use of my shoes off around, so. I was going to press it straight. So, again, I'm spending time with the Lord. I'm probably not going to do these massive chunks of just sitting in the Bible for a while. But just getting into it and all that. I thought the wind was peace and quiet today, but it doesn't look like it. Alright, we go for. So, gotta watch. So, but at least I brought some fucking water with me though. I do have a shirt, but I'll take that off in a sec. So, sorry about the wind. So I was outside, I'm like, yeah. But, yeah. But, so, ow, I just burnt myself. But, yeah, so here's some water. Oh, yeah. Thought it was going to be a still summer's day, but it looks like I'm going to be wrong about that. I don't think people are going to come past, but okay, I'm going to go somewhere a bit more private and take it to the flat rock area. But this wind, it's always going to be a problem. I couldn't give a shit about the shadows and stuff, but the wind. Water. Yep. I don't want to. Leave me alone. I don't want to. See, look, the wind's calmed down, so. You know, just before, I was saying, I don't think anyone's going to really walk past. A guy on a bike just comes past. So, it's beginning going to be snake season too. Tennis ball, roses, and a garlic. What the hell? There's a tennis ball there. That's been smashed by us. And that was a wallaby. I just missed a wallaby. Sorry, buddy. There's... Okay, what the hell? So, there's 70 cents there. Flowers. And a bit of garlic just there. And that's been smashed or dropped. So that's a bit weird. Halloween was just recently. So I feel bad for scaring Wally because I didn't know it was there. Sorry, mate. He probably wants the garlic bread. The garlic. But it's gone. Ran down here. Okay. Where can I sit? I don't give a But that was weird, that garlic, rose, but let's come over here and sit. Read the Bible or something. This area was recently used. Yeah, I think I saw. Where can I sit? I know a spot. We go where those kids normally go. Where the milk crates and stuff are. I could go there. Right. Right. Yeah, I'll grab my stuff. I got my shirt. Shit. Bottle of water's dripped out. But let's keep our eye out because that garlic and the rose heads weak me out a bit. So sorry if you can't hear me as well. The wind's always going to be a problem. But I got my Lord, tattoos from my Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ on me. Hopefully help guide evil spirits. Now, hopefully the wind is better around here. Okay. Off my face. Okay, great. There's planks of wood, which are fantastic for snakes to hide on. Okay, well, at least there's milk crates. I don't want to disturb them. Why can't this never work for me? Just somewhere to sit down and for me just sit somewhere and outside, and this is the spot that I've chosen. Hopefully the wind's a bit better here. Set up a bit. The irony is, I'm more worried about pythons than actual venomous snakes, to be honest. So hopefully the wind's not. I'll sit closer to it. No. 2 Samuel 13. David's son Absalom had a beautiful unmarried sister named Tamar. It should be, David's daughter, but Amon, another of David's sons, fell in love with her. He was so much in love with her that he became sick because it seemed impossible for him to have her as a virgin, so he kept her from meeting men. But he had a friend, shrewd, named of Jonadab, the son of David's brother. Jonadab said to Amon, "You are the king's son, yet day after day I see you looking sad. What's the matter?" "I fell in love with Tamar, the sister of my half-brother Absalom," he answered. Which, incest. Jonadab said to him, "Pretend that you are sick and go to bed. When your father comes to say, please ask my sister Tamar to come and feed me. I want her to prepare food where I can see her and serve it to myself." So Amnon pretended he was sick and went to bed. "King David wants to see him," Amnon said to him. "Please let Tamar make me a few cakes here where I can see her, and to serve them to me herself." David sent a word to Tamar in the palace, "Go to Amnon's house, prepare some food for him." She went there and found him in bed, and she took some dough, prepared him, made some cakes where he could see her. Then she baked the cakes and emptied them out of the pan for him to eat, and he wouldn't. He said, "Send everyone away," and they all left. Then he said to her, "Bring the cakes here to my bed and serve them to me yourself." She took the cakes and went over to him. She offered them to him and grabbed her and said, "Come to bed with me." Verse 12, still in chapter 13. "No," she said, "don't force me to do such a degrading thing. That's awful. How could I ever hold my head in public again? And you would be disgraced by Israel. Please speak to the king. I'm sure he will give me to you." But he would not listen to her, and since she was stronger than she was, he overpowered her and raped her. It's incest, sexual assault, and rape. Good stuff in Princess. Then Amon filled his deep hatred for her and hated her now, even more than he ever loved her before, and said to her, "Get out." Verse 16. "No," she answered, "to send me around the greater crime, that what you just did." But Amon would not listen to her. He called in his personal servant and said, "Get this woman out of my sight. Throw her out and lock the door." The servant put her out and locked the door. Tamar, wearing a long robe with full sleeves, the usual clothing for unmarried princes in these days. She sprinkled ashes on her head and tore a robe, and with her face buried in her hands went away crying. And the people, when her brother Absalom saw her and asked, "Has a man molested you?" Worked that out pretty quickly. "Please, sister, don't let it upset you so much. Here's your half-brother, and so you don't tell anyone about it." That's worse. I don't know. So Tamar went to Absalom's house, sad and lonely. So when King David heard of what had happened, he was furious, and Absalom hated Ammon. Ammon much raped his sister Tamar, and would no longer even speak to him. So, okay, some water, heavy story. I knew rape was in the Bible, but incest as well. Anyway, so verse 23. 2 years later, Absalom was having his sheep shorn at Baal Hazor, near the town of Ephraim, and when he invited the king's son to be there, he went to King David and said, "Your Majesty, I am having your sheep shorn. Will you and your officials come and take part in the festivities?" "No, my son," the king answered. "It would be too much trouble for you if we all went." Absalom insisted, but the king would not give in, and he asked Absalom to leave. But Absalom said, "Well then, at least would you let my brother Ammon come? Why should he be?" The king answered. Absalom kept insisting that David's finally the sons of Absalom. Absalom prepared a banquet fit for a king, and instructed his servants. "Notice when Ammon has too much to drink, and then when you went to order to kill him, don't be afraid. It will take the responsibility myself. Be brave, and don't hesitate." So the servants and followed Absalom's instructions and killed Ammon. All the rest of his sons mounted on the bulls and fled. While they were on the way home, David was told, "Absalom has killed all your sons. Not one of them is left." And the king stood and tore his clothes in sorrow, and threw himself to the ground, and his servants were there, tore his clothes also. But Jonadab, the son of David's brother, showed and said, "Your Majesty, they haven't killed all your sons. Only Ammon is dead." So they could tell you by looking at Absalom, he made his mind up. Ammon raped his sister Tamar, so didn't believe the news that his sons are dead. In the meantime, Absalom had fled too. Just when the soldier on the sentry duty saw a large crowd coming from the hill, he went to the king and reported that he has not seen David. Those who would. Verse 36. As soon as he finished saying this, David's son came in and started crying. And David and his officials also cried bitterly. 37 to 38. Absalom also fled and went to the king, Tamar, son of names I can't pronounce, and stayed there for 3 years. David mourned long for his son Ammon. But when he got over Ammon's death, he fled, longing for his son Absalom. Right, so that's 2 Samuel chapter 13. I only read that just because it was the first thing I opened up to, so... rape and incest, it's, it sounds like cliche story of, like, King David's, famous, wealthy, powerful, rich, elite. He was genuine and honourable, but then his kids grew up in that environment, so... They all got fucked up. And so when I was at that Al-Anon meeting last Tuesday, part of the problem, one of the themes of the people shares were, like, they grew up in a damaged time, or broken, or trauma, or whatever, and they've ended up mirroring what they've been shown in their later life, so... which is, I guess I can kind of relate, but who knows? Like, do it again and pick up the Bible. So, I don't know how good the audio quality is going to be here. Right. Oh, Sarah replied to that thing. I sent her a message about the garlic and the rose head stories. It's that. 1 John chapter 5, verse 13. 13 to 15, I read that. I am writing this to you so that you may know you have eternal life, and you believe in the Son of God, and have the courage in God's presence that we have. We have the courage in God's presence because we are sure that He hears us, and if we ask Him for anything, it is according to His will. If He hears us wherever we ask Him, answering is true, and we know also that He gives what He asks us from Him. So, like an itchy back. Well, and again, this is the Good News Bible, a casual Bible, I guess. Amos, chapter 3, verse 3. Do two people start traveling together without arranging to meet? Does the lion roar in the forest unless he's found a victim? Does the young lion growl in his den unless he has caught something? Does a bird get up? Does a trumpet sound without making the people afraid? Does this disaster strike the city unless the Lord sends it? Sovereign Lord does do anything about revealing His plan to His servants, the prophets. When the lion roars, who can help being afraid? When the Sovereign Lord speaks, who can help proclaiming His message? So, one of the reasons why I'm doing this, to help just be on it, doing the basics, spending time with the Lord. I go after a bit. My hair smells good, but I'm thinking about God myself, so this is one of the other spiritual practices I'm developed. It's like I said about the church, attending going to like an open Catholic church or something to sit down, but I probably won't be filming it all the time, but at least come somewhere with the Bible and just go in and out of reading it. So, but I can hear some birds. When you're quiet, you can hear the birds. Also, it won't hurt. More likely once now nothing's going to happen, but if you're going to be out on the Australian bush for a bit, and you're staying somewhat still, always have a look around you. This spot's probably a magnet for snags too. But anyway, so from chapter 3, chapter 3 to chapter 5. So I read chapters 3 and 4 of Songs. I sleep in my bed night after night. I dreamed of the one I love. I was looking for him and I could not find him. I wandered through the city, through the streets and alleys. I looked for the one I love. I looked, but he couldn't find him. The sentries patrolling the sentry saw me and asked me, "Have you found my lover?" As soon as I left him, they found him and held him. I wouldn't let him go until he took me to my mother's house, to the room where I was born, and promised women of Jerusalem, swear by the gifts of the deer, the gazelles, you will not interrupt our love. The third song. The woman, What is he coming from? The desert, the common smoke, fragrant and incessant murder. Incense sold by traders. Solomon is coming, carried on his throne, 60 soldiers from the bodyguard. The finest soldiers in Israel, all of them are skillful with the sword. They are battle-hardened veterans, each of them armed with a sword and guarded against the night attack. King Solomon's carriage to the throne made the finest woods. The posts were covered with silver, and his cloth was embroidered with gold. The cushions covered in purple cloth. Loving more than Jerusalem, Zion. Come and see King Solomon. He is wearing the crown his mother placed on his head on his wedding day, on the day of his gladness and joy. And this is the word of the Lord. Yeah, much out of line, but almost a year of this Christian stuff. I've been hearing people on their bikes and stuff, so such is life. It's quiet actually and peaceful. So it's been about, I don't know, not as much time filming read the Bible, but I actually might change the spot and just sit there meditating. This is something I just gotta get practice. This is all practice too, guys, so I know I'm not doing a good job of it. So, but this is just practice. Try. I feel fat. I need a six-pack too. But vanity's chasing the wind. Okay, good. Let me not get bitten by a snake. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I see a couple of people coming. So I don't know which way they're coming.
الرحمن الرحيم
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
ألف لام را تلك آيات الكتاب وقرآن مبين
Aleph, Lam, Ra. These are the verses of the book and a clear Quran.
ربما يود الذين كفروا لو كانوا مسلمين
Perhaps those who disbelieve will wish that they had been Muslims.
ذرهم يأكلوا ويتمتعوا ويلههم الأمل فسوف يعلمون
Let them eat and enjoy themselves and be diverted by false hope, for they are going to know.
وما أهلكنا من قرية إلا ولها كتاب معلوم
And we did not destroy any city, but that for it was a known decree.
ما تسبق من أمة أجلها وما يستأخرون
No nation will precede its term, nor will they remain thereafter.
وقالوا يا أيها الذي نزل عليه الذكر إنك لمجنون
And they say, O you upon whom the message has been sent down, indeed you are mad.
لو ما تأتينا بالملائكة إن كنت من الصادقين
Why do you not bring us the angels if you should be among the truthful?
ما ننزل الملائكة إلا بالحق وما كانوا إذا منظرين
We do not send down the angels except with truth, and the disbelievers would not then be reprieved.
إنا نحن نزلنا الذكر وإنا له لحافظون
Indeed, it is we who sent down the message, and indeed we will be its guardian.
ولقد أرسلنا من قبلك في شيع الأولين
And we had certainly sent messengers before you, O Muhammad, among the sects of the former peoples.
وما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون
And no messenger would come to them except that they ridiculed him.
كذلك نسلكه في قلوب المجرمين
Thus do we insert denial into the hearts of the criminals.
لا يؤمنون به وقد خلت سنة الأولين
They will not believe in it, while there has already occurred the precedent of the former peoples.
ولو فتحنا عليهم بابا من السماء
Let's see. That's better. So it's been an alright night. I went to a meeting. The meeting was actually alright. It was really enjoyable, to be honest. Let's put this down here. Where is she? Oh, I gotta go to the toilet too. Okay, I fixed it. My tripod thing. Stabilizer. I've got a background in film and I'm really bad at technical names. So, first things first. Let's go to the toilet. Just gotta do that. So I'm gonna poo my pants. It's spooky. I need to do a poo. Actually, I need to do because we're leaving. So, oh shit. Bunch of my eyebrows. Should be fun uploading all this footage, hey? So, I know I'm gorgeous. And I'm wearing this shirt inside out. So, it's pretty irresponsible of me to do that. I'm glad the fridge is somewhat clean to how I cleaned it up last time. Parmesan. Ooh. Second thing, express interest in volunteering at one meal. Need a place to start with volunteer ventures. So that's what I've been saying to do. Once this stabilizes. Green tea. Alright. Google.com. One meal. One meal Northern Beaches. Volunteer opportunities. Let's have a look. Cooking. Hey, I see Morris. Oh, mate. Okay. Hot meals. Fortnightly to prepare roster at home on Wednesday. By fortnight roster, cooks can select menus, fresh, every bakery. Help in the warehouse Monday to Thursday. Warehouse warriors to pack hampers, prepare meal deliveries, make sandwiches, soup. Some lifting required fortnightly roster. Deliver meals directly, serving. Okay. Register now to volunteer. So at the moment, it's probably at the helping out. So I know there's one in Manly. Tuesday's very locations. Anzac Village Narrabeen, Forestville Mobile, Beverly Narrowena. Okay, I'll go back to register. We try to make volunteer easy. Things we need to get started. Working with children's check here. Free of cost for volunteers available at 4. I make it 1 to 2 weeks. System. Okay. Okay, looks like I'm sure other countries got the same similar thing. That working with children's checks. Apply. Firstly, 1 meal. This can obtain online free of cost for volunteers available before. Apply. Well, it says free, but I know the government normally charges because this is the process. Given names, Darcy, no title. Mr. Darcy. Family name, John. A male, I think. Oh, can I just type it in? 03, 19, something. That's not what I wrote. 1103. Okay, birth country. I'm pretty sure it's born in Australia. State. And Victoria birth towns. No. Please note. Zero, four. Oh, that's email. It's a personal responsibility for me to contribute and donate, so volunteering my time, labour and effort and skill is one way to do that. 44 Kangaroo Street, North Bank, yeah, what? Nope. Purpose of check pays. Volunteer. Adult. Related sick. Religious services. Proof. I don't have it. Proof of identity. Oh, that's right. Oh, I don't have. I've lost my birth certificate, so I don't know how well this is gonna go. Oh well, maybe I gotta figure out some way. So, I'll respond to Sarah in a second. Dorothy. Okay. No limits performed e-bikes and secure the rides after his death. Oh gosh. About Sarah needs some attention. You'll be something. You'll be something. You'll be something. Yeah. So, yeah, okay, one against Google. Full comes with road rules. Okay, I gotta put the phone down for a second. Sometimes I feel like I'm going backwards. Me too. So, okay, this is no fat. Okay. This guy's asking about masturbation. Never escape, it's got a lost. Sounds like lost too. Man, you can always find some weird stuff on Reddit, man. So, Christianity, the subreddit, I just watched this video. Basically, a woman meant to preach, secondly, God's glory for the from dead. Didn't the veil being torn mean it can no longer be true? Leaning God's understanding. So, it's just mainly to help trigger thoughts and stuff. So it's 5th day, is it, or the 4th? After my first sort of like Christian rock bottom, Christian off the wagon, whatever. Marriage and faith, but yeah, Christian when he went non-Christian. Most of them are saying it's boring. Do you not believe this as well? How can I feel God? I'm agnostic. It's really hard for me to do something in church, whatever. I came because of my wife, and I feel hopeless and faith. In order to feel that God is with me, ashamed of my wedding, religion, faith. How can I believe? It takes time. It takes time, dude. Okay, so 19, 20, 21, 22. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I've had two rock bottoms in my life. First one was drugs and alcohol. Spent 6 years learning mistakes, HSC, and had my first and only my second ever rock bottom. And only recovery, and spent next 6 years, which in recovery, while that time knew of good and evil ages. And about a year ago, it felt like actually felt God. All I can say it's the same as potential, assuming potential, next thing, good and evil, internally, real get it, but what it is, seek God. That's not how you spell potential. Seek God. A feeling God might be an hour. 6 months to wait a minute. But not saying this is anyway. Just what happened. Yeah, so we're replying to comments from Reddit. So it's to help interacting and stuff. I guess this is another way I can do is problems with standards and modesty. I don't feel God. Okay, I was talking to people in my church. They were saying how they feel God. God is going through something, and how can you really feel in your spirit? I don't feel struggle to God because I don't feel Him. I've been connected with job almost a year since actually God, though the connection comes and goes for whatever reason. The people you talk to might have differs faith longer than you, where I can gather that it has in their time. So if this makes sense. So anyway, I'm gonna have a cigarette. So it's just to help get ideas, interact with people, I guess, about Christianity, God, master of serving. My cross confessed in my dreams. Okay, I was again tries. Congratulate ministry, voice of stillness, not needed. Across the Gospels. Okay, so whoever loves his life will lose, but it occurs in similar version. Hours. Okay. Exhausted. I got writer's block. And who knows? Cannot write.